Hello friends, welcome to the next video tutorial in the series of XHTML and CSS. In this video we are going to learn about background images in CSS. We know what we have given, how we used in XHTML. Anyway, I'll just repeat it to differentiate the difference between XHTML and CSS. If you want to mention any image in XHTML, the tag which we use, the special tag which we used is image, and source we have given. The source is the location I have given. So in this way I have used my image tag, and the property in that image tag is source, and I have mentioned the where my image is located. For example, now my image is located in XHTML and CSS folder. So don't forget to remember that my image and the index page in which I am placing the image should be in the same folder. They should not be in different folders. They should be in the same folder. Now see, my index page is in the same folder, and where my image is there. So the image should be in the same folder where my index page exists. So here my image name is butterfly, and if you want to know what type of image you have, just go to properties, right click on the image, and click on properties, and just go to properties, and you'll see here what type of image is it. It's a JPG image, and the name of the image is butterfly, because these are the two things we need if we want to mention our image in web page. So the name is butterfly and the type of image is JPG. Just press on OK and just go to the code view. Here I'm just mentioning as butterfly.jpg. Now save it and let's view the image in my index page. Right? See, this is the image I got in my web page. We know how do we center this image by using center tags. Anyway, we have all seen about images in our XHTML, but now we are going to learn about the background images in CSS. Anyway, the images mentioning in XHTML is not a recommend way. The recommend way is whatever the images you want to mention, that you have to mention in CSS. That is a well format way, and most of the developers follow this one. Because why do we go for CSS? Because okay, at one place you can change in XHTML, but in each and every place you can't able to go in each and every paragraph or each and every place where that image exists, and you can't change. So everything we want to change in the web page, you can change at one place and at one time. That is the preferable way. So that's why we go for CSS. So the recommendable way is use CSS to place background images, and we can position at whatever the place we want in CSS. So it's a most recommendable way. Anyway, so that's what we have seen in XHTML of placing background images. Now we'll go and see how do we work with background images in CSS. So as I want to place my image in body, in between body tags, so I'm just using body in my style sheet, and I'm using curly braces because whatever the properties or name and value name and value pairs I have to mention, or property or value pairs I have to mention in this between these two curly braces. Anyway, for this I had one property called background image, background minus image. So this is a property, and I want to give the value as the image, that is butterfly.jpg. Don't forget they should be in same folder, as I'm just repeating again and again so that you will remember well. Anyway, so butterfly.jpg. Now save it and go to index page and refresh. Oh my goodness, I'm not able to view my image in my web page. Do you know Do you guess what's the reason? Yes, but I can guess what's the reason. Because in XHTML, the thing which we have used to mention the source is src. Src is a property I have used, or attribute I have used for image tag, image special tag, but we have not used any source tag over here. So but in CSS, if you want to use the source, then we are using about URL is same, just like acts like as a source in XHTML. So I have to mention URL, and in brackets I have to mention the image name and the type of image. Then only it works. It doesn't work if you doesn't mention URL. Means the browser doesn't know where the image is. Then you have to specify it. You have to tell to the browser that okay, my image is in the same folder by using the URL. Just save it and go and just refresh it. Now my image is showing. Oh my goodness, my image is showing all the web page, all over the web page. What is it? What I expected is my image should be here at the top left corner as I've seen in XHTML. But now this is not the thing which is happening. My image is all over the web page. Of course, it's looking nice as my background of my web page, but this is not my requirement. My requirement is that top left corner I should have one image. That's what I expected, but it's not showing like that, because in CSS by default the image is repeat. The image has a value called repeat. So that's why even though if you mention one image, it is all over repeating, like left and right and top and bottom. It is repeating your image. So this is what happening. So to avoid this, if my requirement is only for top left corner or only one image, then how do I do that? So for that I had one more property, that is background minus repeat, and the value is by default the value is repeat. So now I'm just changing it to no repeat and give semicolon. Now save it. Now refresh it. See, I'm getting what I want. Means now my image is not repeating left and right and top and down. So this is a way you want to mention your image. Suppose if I want my image all over this one, only on top left to right, so how should I do that? For that we have one more value. We can give the value as repeat x-axis. X-axis means we all know, if you know mathematics, you know this is x-axis and this is y-axis. So this is my x-axis. Now my image will be in x-axis. Now save it, refresh it. See, my image is now in x-axis from here to here. Right. Now if I want to have my image as y-axis, then how should I do that? So just go ahead and change here, in place of x just go and change to y-axis. Now refresh it. I think I have not saved it. Save it and just refresh it. See, now my butterfly is in y-axis. So if you want you have your image in y-axis, you can use this value, or if you want to have your image in x-axis, you can use x-axis. In place of y you can use x value. So in this way you can also have your background image in x-axis and y-axis by using repeat x and repeat y values for background repeat property. So in this way now we know we can have our image as no repeat. For the time being I'm just using no repeat. Save it and just refresh it. Now I have only one image over here. So now I know how to I get one image in place of repeating images, right, by using this property background repeat as no repeat. As by default it's a repeat one, so I'm just changing to no repeat. And how to get the background image, and how to get the image in x-axis, and how to get the image in y-axis. For that we are using repeat x value for background repeat property, and repeat y values for background repeat property. That's fine, but now my requirement changes. I don't want my image should be in top left corner. I want my image should be like somewhat down, or 20 pixels down and 10 pixels left. So how should I do that? For that we have one more property called as background position. Background position, right? This is a property we have, and the value for this is we have to give two values. Because why we need to give two values? Because my image should be somewhat down, and I just want to have my image should be somewhat left. So these are the two things you have to give. How many pixels of how many pixels you want your image should be down, how many pixels you want your image should be right. So that's what we have to give. So here I just want to have my image 20 pixels right and 60 pixels down. Okay, now save it and just go to the next page and refresh it. Now see, it was 20 pixels right and 60 pixels down. So in this way, if you want to have your image at particular location, you can mention, but but I don't know how many pixels my web page is, and I exactly want my image should be centered. So I don't know how many pixels I have to move in case I want to center my image. That's my requirement now. Because I'm not perfectionist in pixels, in mentioning pixels, because I don't know how many pixels wide my web page looks like. So how should I do that? For that we have one more flexible way, that is mentioning your things in percentage. That is, I'm just mentioning here as 50%. So now if I want to if I consider my whole web page as 100%, 50% is exactly at center position, right? So that is a more flexible way you can mention. So instead of pixels, you can also have flexibility to mention in percentages. Now save it and just go and refresh. Now see, you have placed your image at exactly the center position, at exactly at center position of your web page. That's what you need, right? That's what my requirement is. So that you have a flexibility of mentioning background position as 50% as well as in pixels. So whatever the flexible the flexible way you have, you can go. Of course, percentage is the most flexible way you want to position your image. You can go for percentages. That's a very good thing. Even though if I don't mention here 50%, I can also mention in center as thing. So now save it and just refresh it. See, I don't find any change even though if I mention center. So you can mention in pixels, you can mention in percentages, you can also have chance to mention a center. That makes your works very easy. Easy? What the heck? Anyway, easy. That makes your work very easy. So percentage is the most preferable way. If I want to mention my image at 40%, I can easily mention that. Now save it. Now see, my image is at 40%. That's what my requirement. It's very good. It's very nice, right? So in this way we can work with background images in CSS. So in this video we have learned about background images and different properties available in CSS, and what are the value pairs, property value pairs we have used in background images related to background images. So this is about different property value pairs in the regarding to background images. So I don't want to elongate this video more further, and anyway this topic is completed till now, and because just we have worked about background images in this video. And that's all for this video. Hope you enjoy the video. If you like my videos, don't forget to subscribe, and anyway, thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.